Greetings, guys, gals, and Godmaster gamers alike. I'm a Greedy Gamer, and welcome back to, I believe this is now episode 7 of our Hollow Knight Pacifist playthrough. We awake here at the Dirtmouth bench next to Britta, our fangirl in arms. Today we will be proceeding to the city again, this time to upgrade our nail. Thank you, sir. And then we will be going for a couple of very specific upgrades. I am not sure in which order. There will be at least one fight of great magnitude. Hopefully, neither, if both happen, go poorly, because that would be very unfortunate for everyone involved, specifically me. Yes. So, as we make our way through the city, I'd like to remind you that I have a Discord that is linked in the description. Hope you will stop by and say hello. It is a lot of fun chatting with the people who enjoy my videos, as I hope you do with this one. This is the only simple keyhole I will actually use a simple key for. Isn't that lovely? In case you haven't been able to tell, this is by no means a 112 or 100% run. Not even a true ending run. This run is simply to kill as few enemies as possible. I'm not sure what our current count is at, but I know that it is very low, and I am very happy about that. Unfortunately, I'm afraid it will raise today. Here we are. Oh, I realize I am a bit of a fool. I forgot to speak to dear Lem, which is something I really should have done, because now I am unable to upgrade my nail due to a lack of geo. I shall have to rectify that. Excuse me, dear gentleman. Yes. It would be of great benefit to me if I had money. But when I went to get an upgrade, rather than realizing upon arriving that I did not have what I required. Also, on a side note, I have noticed the last episode, episode 6, was indeed not cursed, which amazed me and was a great surprise. Now I have 1515, a very nice geo count. Now we will take it down by 800 when we get the snail upgrade, meaning we will be at 315. I don't know what relevance that fact gained you, but I thought I would share it anyway. Anyhow, let us proceed forward. Once again. And take damage from one of the weakest enemies in the game, because that is who we are. We can one-shot bosses, but taking damage from flies is common. Yes, please strengthen the nail. I am in much need of an upgrade. Thank you, sir. Well done. It is very helpful. Yes, the channeled nail. Very useful. In fact, it is the second of 4 upgrades to the nail, and the only other one we will be able to get today. Hence, before we head down to our current destination, I shall take a quick trip up to the bench. Well, that was a bit unfair, don't you think? And a bit mean, if you ask me. Just turned around, did a 180 smack into my skull. It's very unkind. Now, we are not in need of this, or this. I take that back. We probably want grub song. Want to be getting extra soul from somewhere. Fragile strength will be very important where we are going next. Oh dear. I seem to have made a mistake. This is nothing new, but I thought I would share it. Because that's just what we do here. We share our darkest secrets, our deepest regrets. And so onward we shall traverse. I realize now I do not know why I opened this. Actually, yes I do. We shall take care of it now, because it is nothing that I would like to do later. Of course, landing on a pill flip is not a good sign. Here we are. Through here, and since we are currently in a small safe space, we shall go through there. Yes. Opening that, getting a grub, always a good way to start your day. Saving a grub. Yes, thank you. I shall ignore you, Fluke, because you're of no interest to me. Of course, if you keep hitting me, I may be tempted to hit back, which is unwise, because that is not what we're about here. This is not very enjoyable, being here. Oh dear. Oh dear. I believe I have made a grave error. I have made an unnecessary kill. I am a detriment. I am a disappointment to my family, and to the rest of the world. They are to lock me up for treason. I ought to close out of the game right now and erase the save file. Because I killed a fluke. I suppose I shall have to press onward, even if I do not deserve it. Here we are. I need nothing else here. I came to the waterways simply to kill a single fluke, and for whatever reason I was not able to crystal dash. Oh well. Here we are, back up to where we came from. Actually, excuse me, Mr. Peth, I just wished to get soul, and I believe that was all of it. That was very unkind of you. But I suppose it's to be expected. I hit you first. There we are. Onward we go to our original destination. You are very good at scaring me, sir. Good thing your friend here was not closer. He likely would have hit me, and that would not have been very fair. Good gravy. This is just the episode where I kill everything. I mean, no use in letting the geo go to waste. What is life? Is it nothing more than the endless search for a cutie mark? And what is a cutie mark? But a constant reminder we're all just one bugbear attack away from oblivion. And what of the poor gator, flank forever blank, destined to swim down the river of life to an unknowable destiny? Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night I can feel my leg, my arm, even my fingers, my non-existent fingers, won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost. I probably misquoted that last one. However, I don't know if there's much I could do to rectify it now. So now I am up to 2 unnecessary kills. I bring shame upon my family. Unfortunately, there is little I can do to rectify it now, except to press onward, and maybe one day earn my way out of the ditch I have dug for myself. For now, however, we shall make our way down to the basin to fight a fallen comrade. You see, death is permanent, life is temporary. That is why we must cherish it. You see, this brother of mine, or sibling I suppose, is not determined whether or not it is a male or female, because we do not have genders, we vessels. Anyhow, I believe I shall call the tram, if for no other reason than to use the bench within. Thank you. That is the danger, you see, of having a nail that is upgraded with a strength charm equipped. You do not realize how strong you truly are, and then you one-shot 2 enemies that were not necessary to kill, making you a monster and making a mockery out of your pacifist run. I suppose it had to happen eventually. It wasn't going to be a perfect run. Nothing ever is. Not even the greats have ever had a completely perfect run. Here we shall buy a bench and make our way deeper into the basin. You may be asking yourself, why does he have to go and gain the monarch wings? Well, dear sir, or ma'am, whichever you are, it is because I do not have the skill, nor the wherewithal, to pogo atop a primal aspid without killing it, to get to the second hornet fight. And you may be wondering, well, why do you need access to the second hornet fight? Well, dear friend, let me tell you. There are 2 kills in this game, though technically one is not a kill, and that is to fight Hornet the second time. 2 things with which you need to deal. 2 of which can be the stalking devouts that are required to kill within the beast's den. 1 at the very start if you choose to sit at the bench, the other at the very end guarding Hera herself. The first can be avoided if you use the trick hole in the ceiling, but that can only be done with monarch wings. The other way The second must be killed unless you have Shade Cloak. In other words, getting Monarch Wings by defeating Broken Vessel pretty much negates the idea that you had to kill Broken Vessel to get past that first Stalking Devout. In other words, there are only 2 kills in the game that you get to choose which they are. Of course, if you don't consider the Hornet fights to be kills because she does not die, then their path is obvious. Fight our brother here, and then fight Hornet a second time, and therefore you do not have to kill the 2 Stalking Devouts. Allow me to focus, please. This is unfortunate. I had hoped to do better. Of course, taking the silly damage is something that I seem to do consistently. So, please allow me to rest a time, dear brother. You did not let me rest a time. There we are. Thank you. I just wished for what was beyond. Notice, dear viewer, the gentle wind howling through the area, rustling the grass. Now that the path is unblocked, the wind has increased, and thus it continues to increase as we get closer to what we fought our dear kin for. This here. Notice all of the grass moving about, now as we receive the item, the Monarch Wings. Notice all of the greenery has been silenced. The winds are calm, and thus it will be always. Now that we have this double jump, we may get to the fight with our other sibling, the one that has a gender. This sibling is, of course, Hornet, who has her own game coming out that we all desperately wish to play. Excuse me, sir. May I borrow some soul? Thank you. Here we are. Jumping up, jumping up, jumping up once more. To get some geo, I suppose. Please leave me alone, Mr. Balloon. Well, now I have fallen, so avoiding them has become much more tedious, because more have spawned. Up we go once more, dashing across, jumping up, freeing the grub, avoiding contact. There we are. The last couple of pieces of geo. Down we go once more, and here. Back we shall return to the bench to rest. I understand that if some of my incoherent babbling a bit earlier made no sense to you, hence it being called incoherent, it is likely because I am feeling fatigue from the day. This will be my last episode for this session. Do not fear, it will not be the last episode of this playthrough, as we will not be going for the Hollow Knight, obviously. Actually, no. Yes, that is unwise. This will be the last episode for today. Tomorrow, likely, I shall record the rest. Of course, you will not be seeing all of them at the same time. Either way, yes, the stag nest, that would be very nice, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, I will not be doing that today. I will be returning. Yes, I believe to King's Station. Then we shall make our way, all the way, to Kingdom's Edge. Receive a nail art from our dear Motto. No, not Motto, his brother. The brother with which he squabbles. Oro. We shall receive a nail art from him, and from there proceed to fight our dear sister. Why? Because we decided to, that's why. Yes. Dear sir, I did not wish to harm you, but I had to traverse this long fall. Looks like Long Fang is long gone. As you can see, I am a professional. A professional. I know what I am doing. Hence why I came over here with only 300 geo. Wow! I am actually impressed at this point. You know what? Maybe we should call it a day. I will go back to King Station. I will get / another day. Probably in the same episode that I get the other nail art from his brother Shio. Yes, I believe I will do that. So back to the station we return, the one we just came from. Because isn't that an analogy for life? You think you found what you want, then you realize you had it before, and now you've simply given it away for something that would not make you happy. I hope, however, I was able to give you a small reprieve from your day-to-day drudgery. If you did enjoy, please do the YouTube things to help support me here on the channel. Feel free to hop into Discord and say hello, and I will certainly see your smiles soon. See you.